Hey y'all, it's Kate from the Apothecary and welcome back to my channel. I am here today to talk about Asunder by Kerstin Hall. This is a supernatural, spooky fantasy maybe book, grimdark, whatever you want to call it. It was fantastic. I read this thanks to Esme. It was one of my supporter picks back in December, January-ish. Esme kept raving about this book, so I had to pick it up. My general thoughts, as you can tell, I loved it. This book was so unique and so wild, and I loved this experience. And it truly was an experience reading this book, and I hope that Kerstin Hall has more books out there that I can read. Spoiler-free summary so you get an idea of what this book is all about. Karis Eska is a death speaker, locked into an irrevocable compact with Sebaster, a terrifying eldritch entity. Three-faced, 100-winged, unforgiving. Yes, you heard that right. He's got 3 faces and 100 wings. Who has granted her the ability to communicate with the newly departed. She pays rent by using her abilities to investigate suspicious deaths. When a job goes sideways and connects her to a dying stranger with dangerous secrets, her entire world is upended. Farron is willing to pay a ludicrous sum of money for her help. To save him, Karis inadvertently binds him to her shadow. If they want to survive, they will need to learn to trust one another. Together, they journey to the heart of a fated empire, all the while hunted by arcane horrors and the unquiet ghosts of their pasts. This book was so wild. Our characters were realistic and raw, and for the most part, I loved them, though some I feel like I'm still trying to figure out a little bit. Our atmosphere and our setting was spectacular. I felt and I saw everything, including the 100 wings and the 3 heads of Sebaster. I loved how the atmosphere changed with our different locations, because we do go to a couple different locations in this book, and our atmosphere shifts depending on the location, and that's a sign of a great writer when they can do that. I'm always looking for that in my books that I'm reading. Our writing style was so wild, but it was easy to read, it was entertaining, and it was completely engaging. I kept thinking about this book even when I wasn't reading it, and I finished this back in, I think, January, early February, and I'm still thinking about this book today. This is now late March, early April. Our plot was really good and totally unexpected, especially that ending, which was absolutely wild. I finished that book thinking, what the heck did I just read? Nothing keeps me more intrigued than interesting cultures, people, and magic systems, and Asunder had all of that and more. Our logic, and for me, it all made logical sense. Even when it felt like it shouldn't be making logical sense, it still did for me. And enjoyment, as you can tell, I truly enjoyed this book, and I definitely want to read more. And one last testament to Kerstin Hall's writing is that I had a couple weeks break in reading this book because I got it from the library, not sure how I was going to feel about it. And then my library loan came up and someone was behind me, so I couldn't renew it, so I had to jump back in line, and then I had to wait for it to become available again. By that point, it was at least a week or 2 after I'd stopped reading it, probably even more than that, and it felt like there was no break at all. I was easily able to jump right back in with no questions right where I left off, and that's another sign of a truly great book. So if you were one of the lucky ones and you got to read Asunder by Kerstin Hall, let me know in the comments below. What did you think of it? It was so wild. I feel like it could be a decisive book, but I loved it, and I tend to love decisive books that are so different. If this sounds interesting to you, but you haven't read it yet, highly recommend you go pick it up. It is very dark, it's very wild, it is very unique, but it's so well done. As always, keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.